I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to kill anybody. I hurt anybody. She was made to take it, put it up to someone's head. It was another and pull the trigger. We found out she had been defecated on, that it was smeared all over her body.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for mass incarceration?
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Well, then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think the movement...
They just put Jay-Z in the Epstein blender and now they saying he on the run? This getting crazy.
The question that we're all missing is who died to leave Jay-Z in charge? Because a couple years ago, his name wasn't the main pinnacle of music and hip-hop. Who died and left him in charge?
Are we all seeing what's being revealed? Are we all paying attention to the things that are coming out from these files? Because I'm worried that I'm going to have to try and explain to somebody what I'm hearing and seeing, and I'm gonna sound like I'm experiencing psychosis because I feel like I'm experiencing psychosis.
Just when it seemed like the fire around Jay-Z couldn't burn any hotter, 50 Cent poured gasoline on the flames. And here's where it gets unsettling. Reports are now claiming that Jay-Z quietly purchased an entire property in Bali. Sound familiar? Because years ago, Russell Simmons fled to Bali too, fully aware that the island had no extradition treaty with the United States. A place where you could disappear. A place where questions couldn't follow, and somehow every road in this chaos circles back to the Epstein files the DOJ released just days ago. Even though officials insist it wasn't the full archive, what they dropped was enough to send the internet into absolute meltdown. We're talking nearly 3 million documents detailing Jeffrey Epstein and his inner circle operating like predators in plain sight. Over 2,000 videos, close to 180,000 images involving minors and powerful, untouchable men. The scale wasn't just disturbing, it was apocalyptic, and buried inside those pages? The names Jay-Z and Pusha T. One document recounts testimony from an anonymous woman who claimed she once woke up inside a room with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. She never accused Jay-Z of physically touching her. But that's not the question haunting people. The question is, why was he there? What kind of room was it? And what was happening before she opened her eyes? Her statement went even darker. She alleged that back in 1996, during one of the many assaults she says she endured, she regained consciousness to Harvey Weinstein's hands violating her while Jay-Z allegedly sat nearby. Watching. Silent. Present. She also described Pusha T as acting like a handler, someone guiding, managing, facilitating. The kind of word that doesn't just imply presence. It implies coordination. Defenders rushed in fast, arguing that in 1996 Jay-Z wasn't yet a superstar, that he was too unknown to be invited into rooms like that. But that version of history doesn't tell the whole story. Yes, he wasn't a global icon yet, but he wasn't invisible either. He had deep ties in powerful circles. He moved weight in more ways than one. On the streets, he was known, connected, and in certain rooms, reputation travels faster than fame.
You know, Jazzo and Jay-Z were in London living it big time back in like 88. They were in this huge, I'm born and raised in England, and I never saw an apartment that looked like that in England, or a flat, as we call it. I've never seen that. They lived
there for a little bit?
They were there for like, I don't know, 5 months, something like that.
This is Moni Love confirming that Jay-Z was in London in 1988, living in one of the nicest luxury apartments. Jay-Z was known across the country, especially the East Coast, for being a prolific dealer. We are not going to sit back and act like he was not known before 1996. He was very well known. He made several big-time connections before 1996. This man is a horrible person and has always been.
He may have been a fresh face to the public, but behind closed doors, Jay-Z was no stranger. The industry already knew his name, and so did Jeffrey Epstein. These weren't separate worlds. They overlapped in shadows long before the spotlight ever caught up. And as the years passed, Jay-Z didn't exactly create distance from men like Harvey Weinstein. In fact, he grew closer. Publicly, comfortably, smiling in photos, standing side by side. If there was ever a moment to quietly step away, it didn't happen, and here's where the twist cuts deeper. Long before any official files hit the public, Kanye West had already been sounding alarms. He openly accused Jay-Z and Pusha T of taking part in disturbing industry rituals, things most people brushed off as another Kanye rant. At the time, Jay-Z framed Kanye as unstable, said he needed help, said he was spiraling. But what if that wasn't concern? What if it was containment? Because now, with these documents surfacing and old allegations crawling back into the light, it doesn't feel so random anymore. It feels strategic, almost prophetic. Kanye wasn't just talking, he was hinting. And the more the pieces start connecting, the harder it becomes to ignore the possibility that the outbursts weren't madness. They were warnings.
You take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the f*** they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
And right on cue, 50 Cent did what he always does. He lit the match and stepped back to watch it burn. With zero hesitation, he went straight for Jay-Z's throat. First, he posted a set of bizarre AI-generated images of Jay-Z, distorted and unsettling, almost mocking. The caption? Damn, they got your man Jay in the Epstein files. I gotta do a doc on this. Just like that. No filter. No restraint. But he wasn't finished. Not even close. Soon after, 50 Cent resurfaced lyrics from an old track Jay-Z released years ago, lyrics where he bragged about getting with a much younger girl, celebrating it like a trophy. He didn't name names, but the internet did what it always does. The speculation spiraled. Some believe he was referring to Beyonce. Others point toward Foxy Brown, since Jay-Z was closely linked to both when they were allegedly still underage. Meanwhile, he was nearing 30. The age gap alone raised eyebrows. The timing made it worse, and here's the part that makes this even heavier. These whispers didn't start with the Epstein fallout. Long before the headlines about Epstein or Diddy, Jay-Z had already faced murmurs about a pattern, a reputation. Stories that never quite went away. Take Foxy Brown, for example. For years, rumors have circulated that their relationship began when she was just 15. Not only that, but there have been persistent claims, never fully proven, but never fully silenced, that Jay-Z allegedly paid for her to terminate a pregnancy. The kind of allegation that lingers in the background like smoke after a fire. And now, with old files reopening and old enemies speaking louder than ever, those long-buried rumors don't feel so distant anymore.
I was shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music.
Observers were quick to draw uncomfortable parallels. They pointed out how eerily similar this narrative feels to what allegedly unfolded between Diddy and Cassie. He began seeing her when she was just 19, promising mentorship, fame, a glittering future in Hollywood, only for their relationship to later unravel in accusations of control, manipulation, and career sabotage. Critics argue the power imbalance alone tells a story, even before the headlines do. Then there's Jay-Z's long-standing association with R. Kelly, a friendship that's now being re-examined under a harsher light. People have questioned why Jay-Z chose to collaborate on a full joint album with R. Kelly after allegations surrounding Aaliyah had already surfaced publicly. For many, that decision feels impossible to ignore. The controversy surrounding R. Kelly's marriage to Aaliyah, he was 27, she was 15, and reports claimed she was pregnant at the time, was widely reported years ago. So critics now ask, why align professionally after that? Why stay connected? In moments like this, old alliances don't just look nostalgic. They look suspicious.
You know, the Fiesta remix and Not Guilty, you know, and doing that and hearing how those two singles came out, we would always toss the idea back and forth, but it was just an idea, like we can do a whole album together. And we creative people, so creative people create.
What makes this even more unsettling is what Dame Dash, once Jay-Z's closest ally, publicly claimed that Jay-Z had also tried to pursue Aaliyah, but she wasn't interested. And that rejection allegedly bruised his ego more than people realized. Then came the tragic plane crash that took Aaliyah's life. A disaster officially ruled an accident, but one that ignited years of conspiracy theories suggesting she never even wanted to board the flight, that she was exhausted, possibly given a sedative without fully understanding it, and placed on the plane anyway. Rumors that remain unproven yet refuse to disappear. And as those whispers linger, critics also revisit Beyoncé's timeline, pointing out that Jay-Z admitted in his 2007 interview with Charlie Rose that he met Beyoncé when she was just 16, insisting he waited until she turned 18 to pursue her romantically. But in today's climate, even that admission fuels debate, because when powerful men young, rising stars, and blurred timelines intersect, people start connecting dots, fairly or not, and once those questions begin, they rarely stay quiet.
You know,
How long have you known her?
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
But what did you say to yourself at that time? Wow.
An old clip of Ms. Tina went viral where she admitted that Jay-Z had been secretly having romantic conversations with Beyoncé for almost a year without her or Matthew knowing. And once people saw that confession, the backlash was immediate because many felt the secrecy and timing made the entire situation look even more questionable.
You saw this relationship between Jay and her blossoming.
Not from the beginning, because they talked for like a year on the phone. And I was like, oh God, I don't ever remember talking to somebody for a year on the phone. Like, this is moving really slow. But, and so it took them a year to really get together. When she went to do, the movie in LA was, I think, the first time that he had been to our house for dinner. And, but they weren't dating then and they weren't talking like that. So
anyway, circling back to the controversial track 50 Cent reposted to mock Jay-Z, the one many critics now label as deeply questionable. These were the exact lyrics that had everyone talking.
50 Cent whacking Jay-Z.
Hope got a young girl, still not quite 21.
He recently posted a verse from Jay-Z rapping about dating young girls. Now, the song is called Young Girl / I Really Like You and is featured on Pharrell's debut solo album. In the caption of the post, 50 Cent said, I know you're gonna say I'm a hater, but what do you have to say about what he's saying, fool? LOL, get your ASS down the street. Uploaded this with a photo of Jay-Z's face photoshopped on Alien vs. Predator character. Let's just get into a couple of the lyrics. He says, Hov got a young girl, still not quite 21. Introduce themselves. Oh, you're 19. No, you're lightning in a bottle. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
You're 19? No, you're lightning in a bottle. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
And this song came out in 2006 on Pharrell's debut album, In My Mind. At the time, he's talking about dating a 19-year-old girl and he's 36, turned 37 December 4th. What I found most interesting is he says the scenes that follow screams of horror, classic Stephen King novel. And according to a surface level search on Google, a lot of his novels centered around childhood trauma, addiction, the supernatural, and the battle between good and evil. Key themes and subjects in his work include coming of age / loss of innocence. Back to the lyrics, because after he referenced the Stephen King novels, he says, Mama don't think you should take someone so advanced in romance, you should just wait. Papa don't preach, Hov don't bite. Hov been through it, I might mold your life. Like Janet, take control of your life.
Mama don't think you should take someone so advanced in romance, you should just wait. Papa don't preach, Hov don't bite. Hoping through it, I might mold your life.
You don't gotta read in between the lines to figure out what he is talking about. He's talking about taking somebody, showing them his influence, and pretty much, honey, y'all can fill in the blank. You know, people who are going to be screaming that he is talking about a person that is legal. The fact that he was talking about dating somebody
5 comedian Corey Holcomb also stepped in with some explosive allegations. Just hear this for yourself.
Y'all talk all that about R. Kelly. Beyonce was on that island where they was.
Damn!
Yep. Beyonce was on island. Beyonce and the camel.
Yeah. They said she was in there like,
Right.
I hope I can go see her again.
She was singing and look. If you like it, put your mouth on it. This is what I'm saying. It's like you give her a pass. You give her a pass. She can have a concert and everything after she's a known participant on island. It's like people want to dismiss it. That's why you can't tell me nothing about what the media say about nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the media is going to make a bad guy out of whoever they want to be the bad.
And since we're already touching on alleged industry rituals, let's not ignore the 2024 video where Mai claimed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé pressured her into getting plastic surgery and participating in disturbing symbolic acts, covering herself in red liquid, smearing black substances over her body, and even wearing devil horns as part of what she described as ritualistic imagery.
I met Jay-Z and I signed to Rock Nation. The first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm coming for everyone now. And even Adele, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. Oh, I didn't want to drip myself in and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, or be that, all of that.
And Nicki Minaj didn't stay silent either. She fired off a series of tweets accusing Jay-Z of being a PDF file and participating in satanic rituals, then reposted an old photo of Jay-Z standing beside Aaliyah when she was reportedly just 15, adding the caption, "What in the F? Under 18 fur?" I now see why Jay-Z is trying to run. She even joked that if she had his level of money and faced accusations like that, she'd be on a private jet headed somewhere without a US treaty, no shade. I'm just saying. And now, with sympathy narratives falling flat and Beyoncé seemingly out of the spotlight this time, it appears Jay-Z may have to weather this storm alone. Meanwhile, the public is divided. One commenter wrote, "No one is convicted. No one stops these monsters, so it keeps happening again and again," while another argued, "Even if you didn't participate on Epstein Island, if you saw it and stayed quiet, you're still complicit." So now the question shifts to you. Do you think Jay-Z is really preparing an exit plan? And if so, would the FBI intervene before it's too late? Share your thoughts below and click here to watch the next explosive breakdown.